From the Vanguard newspaper, don't use coup plot to silence opposition, ADC warns. And Elvis, you talked about the coup issue.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want us to continue in that
I
light.
love that statement from ADC because we have rights to even know more about this coup plot. Because the federal government has even told us, the defense, Ministry of Defense has told us that there was no coup plot, that it was just a kind of rumor. So if that's the truth, and with what ADC is saying, then we want to hear further.
And the
government, so that, because we have heard that 16 officers are in the
so what did they do?
So because if
former governors are on the watch list. We've heard all those things.
If this is not clear, tomorrow we'll be hearing the government picking up people, and at the end of the day, the trump up charges will come on them, and they will not even explain the reasons because they have told us there was nothing like coup. So why are people being picked? Why are people in detention? So I think this is a very good one from ADC.
They didn't even know when they contradicted themselves, because if you are telling me now that you want to discipline your men, the governor that is on the watch list, is he part of the military?
I know are these governors. Are they governors of the same political party or governors on the opposition?
Yes, these are questions. Because we saw what happened with Abacha and the phantom coup. We saw. When Abacha wanted to rein in everybody that is against him, he created that phantom coup where Oladipo were begging him, crying and all that. And the man was even videoing them. They called their traditional rulers to come and see the video of what they did. Yes. The Awujale got there and said that he forgot his glasses at home, so he cannot see the picture. Awujale. The other people said that they started pleading, but it was on deaf ear. On deaf ear. Fortunately for them, the day Abacha was to sign their execution was the day he died. That was only 7 days. Seriously. In fact, God is wonderful. So that means the people like Obasanjo, Dia, and all, even though they later died, they would have died on that 8th of July. That is how God works. Obasanjo, for example, just 11th hour from the nick of time.
Yaradua wasn't that lucky.
No, do you know what saved Obasanjo? Let me tell you. When Bola Ige, people are, in fact, there are people that Satan cannot forgive. When Bola Ige heard of what happened to Yaradua and how they injected him, he ran all the way to where Obasanjo was saying, Baba, never you in their life allow them to inject you. If they want to take your blood for test, don't allow it. Don't let them touch you. That was the warning Bola Ige gave Obasanjo, and that was what saved him. And because of that, Obasanjo being so stubborn that nobody should touch him, then after they started to flogging him. When he came out, he went to Yoruba tennis club in Ikoyi, opened his agbada, opened his back and said they should see his back, where they drew the map of Nigeria on his back with Koboko. But he told them that he is very sure it's not a Yoruba man that did this to him. Are you getting it? That was, unfortunately, the same Bola Ige. The same Bola Ige. There are some stories around him and Obasanjo. The day he left Obasanjo's government was the day he died too.
He didn't leave Obasanjo's government.
He left it. He was still in government.
He was still in government when he was killed.
No. He
was still in government.
Allow Barrister to tell his story.
He left. He said he was going to organize his people to challenge Obasanjo in another party. That was
he had planned of leaving.
Yes, he left because he didn't sleep. He didn't leave. He didn't sleep in his house that night. The day he came all the way from Abuja to his house, he didn't sleep.
But that was the night he was killed.
And that's what I'm telling you now. So all the 4 orderlies that we are to guard him, all of them went to eat at the same time. Hey! Oh my God. And the police said that order from above. Mr. Okoro, who can give such order? Even the most stupid person wouldn't have done that. All of you, all at the same time, all of you went to eat. And the boys came right inside his house. The man that saved you, and you didn't make effort to say who gave that order. The person must have an intention. Up to today, at least under Obasanjo, it was his government. He should have found out what happened to Bola Ige, who gave the order. But when Buhari came in and the investigation was opened, we started, well, thank God it's Yoruba to Yoruba.
No, Barrister, don't say that.
No, Barrister, no.
Hold on. What I'm saying here is very important. Listen,
it's not
Barrister, yes.
We are talking about Nigeria.
Okay, if you
We are talking about Nigeria here.
Yes.
Hold on. Do you know what I
Let's not
said?
tribalize.
Barrister, we need you to take that
Barrister,
back.
please take that back.
What would I say?
No, let's not tribalize it. No.
It was when a Yoruba man is in office that
Barrister, please, let's not tribalize anything.
The same thing happened to Funsho Williams.
Barrister, please take
No,
that back.
I'm not tribalizing. I'm saying a fact. Is that not true?
Please take that back.
No. What do you want me to take back
No,
now?
let's not bring
Thank God
tribe
is
into
Yoruba to
it.
Yoruba.
Because
Let's not bring tribe
he should
into
have,
it. That
he
is
should
not
have
right.
fought for his brother.
Barrister, that is not right. We are
In
all
the same way you are
Nigerians.
saying you should have fought for
We are all
Nigerians.
Nigerians.
Every Nigerian.
Okay.
All Nigerians.
Okay, fine.
Please take that
being
In
tried
fact,
here.
he
We're
still
talking
have
about
opportunity now to
Nigeria is what on the table.
Barrister,
do the
please take that
needful.
back. Can you
What
take that back,
happened
please?
to Funsho Williams is the same thing that happened to
Barrister,
you. We
can you
should
please
know.
take that back?
If we have been looking at this
Can you please
this
take that back,
mysterious,
Barrister?
what am I supposed to take back now? Okay,
Say-
thank God, is a Yoruba to Igbo man, Abi?
Barrister,
Is that
please,
okay?
Let's
What
not
would I have
tribalize.
said by we
Let's
take
not
back, take back?
tribalize. Let's not tribalize.
It's not tribalism, please.
not
I
tribalize
made
our
a statement.
opinion.
I made a statement because when this thing happened, they gave one impression. Even the IG of police, Tafa Balogun, said, no matter who is behind this, no matter what happened, he will make sure that the person is found out, that this matter, he swore, he said everything. At the end of the day, what happened to Tafa Balogun? Who disgraced him out of office? And look, when you are saying take back, I don't know what to take back here. Tafa Balogun,
Your statement.
they didn't give him a matching order. I want to see who gave him this order.
We are all Nigerians. It's
everybody should be protected.
One Nigerian against another Nigerian. It's
But
not
this is the
one
Attorney
tribe
General of
against
the
another.
Federation. Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Moses. Attorney General of the Federation. If anybody, in fact, the government should deploy all machinery to make sure, because if such mysterious deaths are discovered or punished, it will stop.
See, there are some narratives that we can't just gloss over here, and because if we don't correct some of these things, a lot of people will take it as the gospel truth. Number one, there was actually a coup during the year's arrest. It was like a kind of a set-up coup. Olaniwaju confirmed some of those things.
Even the former governor, that Kwara,
Yes, they are complicating the issue. There was a coup, there was a set-up coup. Which
No, I said there was a coup. Obasanjo is different from Dia's own. That's what I'm saying.
They said he did not talk.
No, was it the same incident?
It wasn't the same incident now.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about.
His own is different.
Okay.
You mean there were many?
Obasanjo's one is different. The Dia one is different. Dia and his cohorts actually planned a coup, but they fell into the wrong hands who they wanted to co-opt into the coup. And those ones are the ones that spilled the bean, the Bamayi, and go to it. So there was a coup. Let's not get it wrong. And there was nowhere, again, where the death of Bola Ige was located within the presidency of Obasanjo.
Under his regime.
Just hold on.
Under his regime.
You see, there are some things that we cannot allow to go unchallenged here, because this is a national television.
Of course.
And so there was nowhere. And besides, go and find out in the police status, there are two things you complain of, that if eventually there is any backlash, that you cannot be held responsible. You want to ease yourself in the toilet, or you want to eat. Nobody will stop you. And so there was no order. They don't need to take orders from above before they go to
the issue
eat.
was that how will the four of them at the same time
You can imagine. You can imagine.
Just
That
wait.
was the question.
Just wait. What I'm trying to correct is that you have to take order from above
Yes.
before you go to
For the
eat.
four of them to leave, because that was the question they asked them.
That was
There's another matter. Look, there are two things here.
Okay.
what I'm trying to clarify, I'm not saying it is right for 4 people that are supposed to guard a VIP to live at the same time.
Okay.
But what I'm telling you is that you don't require an order from higher authority before you can excuse yourself to go and eat.
For 4 of them to leave.
That
4 of them
what
to
you
leave.
said was that there was an order that from above that gave them that opportunity to go and eat.
All of them.
No, let's look at this thing. Let's look at this
He
thing.
forgot that this matter got to court.
Barrister, hold on.
Hold on. This matter got to court. The wife of Ebola, in fact, she collapsed in the court when she now said that the police recanted from what they said, that this person they identified before, they said now they don't know him. The woman collapsed. What
it wasn't the police that did that. Put this thing in proper perspective. I followed that case as a reporter, so I know what happened. I go to prison when Bushore was there.
Look at what we are saying.
What really happened was,
did the 4 people leave?
His wife left the crown witness unattended to the extent that those who were in prison with him were the one feeding him. And when he got to court, the man said, well, there was no way somebody would point a gun at his head and I will open his eyes and begin to identify that person. And that was how that case was lost. Now they're saying the police.
Oh my God.
Where is the evidence that the police gave?
The way you speak, you allow another person to speak too. The point here is, at no point will the police commissioner say 4 of you go and eat. Good. Then what we are saying that, was it some form of coincidence? Or was it a setup that the 4 of them will at the same time go to eat, which is quite unprofessional? So it is that line, that missing link, that gives way to that conspiracy.
And that justifies the conspiracy.
Yes. Buhari opened up this case when he came into office. Remember, we opened up this case, and no fingers were pointing somewhere at Ogun State or something. The man now invited and they opened the file. And we started hearing that the man who got the contract traveled to France, so everything, every detail was given to Buhari. Are you getting what I'm saying? That was when we now had that order from above gave the 4 police officers to leave, to go and eat.
No, Barrister, I disagree with that.
No.
There is no way an order from above will say 4 of you go and eat. What is happening? What might have happened was that what happened.
This is what they said. This is what they told the court. The question is, how did you leave your
question? Not that there was an order.
No. Why did you leave
the police officers? There must be a senior among them who is like in charge.
Okay.
Can't that regulate this situation we are talking about?
Exactly the point. Why did 4 police officers dine in a VIP
Yes, because if they were there, this
is a big question.
This wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened. That would have stopped those men.
Good. That is where the conspiracy comes in.
All right, then let's
take for 4 of them to leave, it will be a higher order.
All right, so let's
be a higher order.
Well, let's calm down, gentlemen. Let's take a little break. Let's go to the streets now, where Matthew Gunsoda is standing by to speak to Nigerians on their opinion on the headlines this morning.
About 6 years right now, he has been in prison or in detention. What has he done? He has jetted for Biafra and nothing else. At least that boy should be released. Concerning his head, the head is deteriorating. They say freedom for one is freedom for all. So we are begging the government or the federal government, whoever the judiciary or the police, whatever the people that sold him or the DSS, they should only release this boy on bail. Give him total freedom. What has he done? He requested for Biafra. Should that be the reason why he should be detained for 6 years? He didn't carry arm, Did he kill anybody? No. was not agitating. Okay, if you want him to be there, you call him to order. Go, boy, let's go for a roundtable discussion. Okay, one Biafra. Okay, these are the conditions. If you can be able to meet these conditions, and then we'll give you Biafra. Then if you cannot meet it, then forget about Biafra. No, going to Kenya to go and pick him up there, bring him back to Nigeria, and arrest him. That alone is kidnapping. They kidnapped him from Kenya, because Kenya is not Nigeria. Now you have detained for the 6 years now. So waiting trial. What trial are you waiting for? We go to court tomorrow. They will adjourn the case. Next week we go to court. They adjourn the case. Because in that case, nobody can judge it. There's no competent judge that can judge that case. So be free or jailed. There are two things in it. Either you jail him or you free him. That's my take on it, please.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Your name again?
Innocent, you are welcome.
All right, so those are the thoughts. That is the thought of Mr. Innocent on the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, which of course held in Abuja and in some parts of the eastern state of the country yesterday. And of course, we'll continue to monitor that development closely and provide you with further updates. Back to you in the studio.
Well, thank you very much, Matthew Ogunsuada, for that report. I think we had a bit of an audio problem with that one, but let's get back to the papers now. Let's continue with the headlines from the dailies. Still with the Vanguard newspaper, these are some of the headlines here. We've shielded no ally. EFCC recovered 500 billion naira in 2 years. Tinubu. I'd like your reaction to that. And then let's also react to this headline. NLC gives federal government 4 weeks to resolve education sector crisis. Says no pay, no work as ASU, SANU, NASU, others unite for action. Go ahead, please.
No pay. No.
Elvis, let me start with you.
The NSC giving an ultimatum 4 weeks.
And this is coming when
the 2 weeks of
ASU's
ASU is
2
already,
weeks
yeah, we are
is,
entering the second week now.
yes.
So I think I'm even saying it's coming too late. I expected if NSC is actually serious and they actually want to bail Nigerians out, parents and students out of this ASU today on, tomorrow off, NSC is supposed to have done something much more serious than this. We're talking of another 4 weeks. Supposing ASU ends this maybe by next week Monday because it's warning strike, then they come back again and nothing is done. So in another 2 weeks from now, we are going back from then. We are going back to another strike, which may be indefinite. So I want the leadership of NSC to see how they can come into this ASU matter. Some of us are not finding it easy because some of us that have children in public schools know how this matter is affecting us. The last time these children stayed at home for 8, 9 months during the late Buhari's regime, this government, when they were coming, they said ASU will never go on strike. Today, ASU is on strike. Then NIC is threatening another in one month. What are the parameters on ground now that this government that did not answer ASU since December, when the ASU president said they sent a letter to the minister and the letter was not open until February. Now you are talking about 1 month. That's just 2 weeks from now. Well, I'm not happy with this NSC coming to say this. NSC should do something much more drastic. Joe Ajero, as president of NSC, should know that he has a responsibility. If it is not working well within the government, the public circle, his name must be called. And the students that are at home now for these 2 weeks, they think that the students are happy. Some exams are truncated.
They were writing exams just before.
Exams are truncated. Some are resuming. They are getting back home. So I'm not in support of this. If there's anything the ASU can do to make this thing much more drastic, not talking of another 1 month, 4 weeks again, then we'll come back to this matter can be resolved before then. But
are you confident that NLC is jumping into it?
I don't have that confidence in that. That's what I'm saying. They cannot. They are coming in will not make any change, but they should have come earlier, okay, so that this matter, both of them can come at the same time. Had this 2 weeks warning strike, then the school opens, then deliberation continues. So if nothing happens by next Monday, school opens, then we are counting down on NSC another 1 month. Then when that comes again, another closure will come. Something should be done.
Okay, now talking about NLC, a lot of Nigerians, don't trust that the NLC, that when they spit fire, and that even if there is fear, that fear will catch the fire. That is the problem with NLC. The other day on this show, Newspaper Review, I spoke about what we call political pluralism. Pluralism means where you have different centers of power in a sovereign nation, so that it is not concentrated in one place. That we don't have it here in Nigeria. Power is solely concentrated in the hands of the federal government. The federal government is the be-all, say-all, be-all in Nigeria, unlike elsewhere. And that is why, for all the things that, all the things that might not be very good that Pengassan and Nupen have done, I still say that, look, we need that center of power. Because it is only Nupen and Pengassan that can call the bluff of the federal government, and the federal government will listen. They will come to the negotiation table and say, this is what we need to do, this is what we want to do. We don't have it. And else, if it is Pengassan or Nupen that steps into this matter, it will be resolved quickly. Why? Because the government will have in their hands, shortage of fuel, shortage of gas, and it could trigger dire consequences for the government. You get the point. So when you distribute centers of power like that, one balances the other. They serve as checks on, okay, this is what you want. Can you give us this to take this? We don't have that here.
We have it.
Barrister, we don't.
We have it.
Okay, like
in a civilian setting or in a democracy.
Barrister, talk about what is real.
Hey, no, I'm coming.
Okay.
Is it not a fact that you have the three arms of government that checks each other?
Barrister, you have gone back to Ethiopian district. Are we checking?
Hold on. I'm
saying theoretical. You are being idealistic. I'm talking about what is
not
real.
Unrealistic.
When the Pengassan you mentioned, they became active under the military because these three arms of government were not there.
Apart from Pengassan, mention which other one that is effective.
Hold on, I am coming. Because of their union, the activities of that body impacts on you and I.
Barrister, we are talking about now.
Hold on, I'm coming now. We cannot have it now because of this. Because we are in a democracy.
What do you mean by democracy? America is not a democracy.
Which one is supposed to be more liberal? Democracy and military government.
If you try,
it's supposed to be more liberal.
Hold on.
What people say.
The three arms of government, democracy are giving them that power you are talking about. You cannot act outside it. That would be
Barrister, we are talking about a government as an entity. We are talking about probably religion. We are talking about society. In Canada, when truck drivers called for a strike, what happened? Didn't the government listen? They listened. That's the center of power.
I am telling you.
Let me quickly say this. Let me quickly say this here. You see, I understand your drift, and I also understand the other people's drift. You see, a case of ASU and NLC is a case of the minor becoming the major and the major becoming the minor. This strike should have been spearheaded by NLC and not ASU to make it a broader, agitation. But because NLC has lost its voice, NLC is no longer there. That's why ASU is an affiliate of NLC. NLC is a trade center.
Then you are still speaking theory.
You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that to answer Elvis' concern,
yes,
there is nothing NLC can do in this matter. They are only coming to show that we are still here.
Exactly.
You know why?
You know why? Relevant.
Yeah, they are becoming already relevant.
Because they are no longer a center of power. They don't have force. Government listen.
Who made them? Who made them?
Government wouldn't listen to them.
They sold themselves out.
Exactly. They sold themselves out.
What we need to do is to have another center. Okay, let's talk about centers of power in politics.
Now,
why is it that now Nigerians are saying, or North is saying, no, we won't let this happen, and everybody is jittery? because the North is ganging up against a certain president. That's a center of power. So what we need to do is to distribute those centers of power so that they will serve as checks on one another. What is people? What are the arguments?
Hold on.
It's the society that does. The South and
society that is complacent.
No, the West and South, the South and the East and the West should come together. Form another center of power.
Mr. Okoro, those who created this democracy, they are aware of this. That's why you have checks and balances in the three arms of government.
This man is still speaking to you.
Yes, not
three arms of government that don't exist. Are they working?
Constitutionally,
what we are saying is that
if they are not working, it's a different thing.
But they are not working. I'm saying that they are not working.
We are talking about what will withstand the test of law. These your centers of power you are talking about. Are they recognized in your constitution?
Barrister, we have pressure groups. We have pressure groups.
Those ones, yes, under the whatever.
Under what?
Nigerian Labour Congress.
But they are not effective.
The three arms of government, you should be talking of them being active.
You know that at a point in this country, we had what we call the Kaduna Mafia. The Kaduna Mafia was a center of power. They were dictating what is going on in this country.
You see what you are saying? You see what you are saying? A non-state actor telling the government what is
a pressure group.
No.
They have influence in government.
No. They have evil influence.
You know what they call IPAC? American-Israeli Public Affairs Commission in the US. They are, Barrister, hold on. Barrister, this is political science. I'll be the one to teach you, not law. Yes.
You have started.
Barrister, if you come to in the United States, you have what they call the IPAC, Israeli Public Affairs Commission.
The law did not recognize them.
IPAC in the United States is very powerful to the extent that they were the ones that... Barrister, hold on now. Hold on. We're talking about pressure groups. We're talking about centers of power. Why is it that anytime IPAC speaks in the US, the government listens, people listen, the Congress listens to them? It's a center of power. They have influence, they have money, they do lobbying and all of that. And they always get what they want. That is a center of power. We don't have that here.
We don't have.
It's concentrating only in the government and again in the North. That is what we are saying. Redistribute these centers of power so that they could serve as checks on one another, so that when people congregate, they can negotiate and say, look, this is what we want, this is what we want. Several interests are aggregated and we move on as a people.
No, I disagree because...
On what basis are you disagreeing?
Good, because these centers of power, according to you, they are going to be propagating their own selfish interests.
Then when the check comes, you give me, I give you, give and take.
That thing you are looking for, it may not be to the interest of the generality of the country.
No, but represent certain interests. You know that if you go to the United States, do you know that the arms control unit, I've forgotten their name, you know, the people that are in the arms producers, that is a very powerful pressure group in the United States of America. It's a center of power. When they put out something, this is what they want. Government negotiates, and other people come with their interest, they place it on the table. You know, they build a matrix. Who should we inform? This person, your interest, is it very active?
When you talk about pressure groups, how well is Serap doing, or how poorly is Serap doing as a pressure group?
Serap is doing very well. You know,
really? With achieving little or nothing?
No. They
make the public aware.
They make the public aware.
And then what happens?
No, they make that awareness over time. History is going to judge Serap very well because they are contributing, you know, to sensitizing people, creating accountability and transparency. It might not be effective now. We might not have the outcomes, but they are doing very well. Unfortunately, their own center of power is not very, very effective. And that's why I still say, if you come to Nigeria, at the present, we have 3 centers of power. You know what? We have, in fact, 4. We have the government as an entity.
Okay.
We have the North. We have the Southwest. Lagos is a center of power. If Lagos says no protest in this country will work, it will not work. And if you want any protest to work in Nigeria, start it from Lagos. Let the Lagos people en masse join it. Within 1 week, 2 weeks, in fact, 3-4 days, the government will call for negotiation. But go to the Southeast and do a protest. If you want to kill yourselves forever, government will not listen to you. Go to the North Central and do it. Government will not listen to you. But the moment you do it in the Southwest, shut down the international airport, shut down the Ports Authority, shut down Marina and Broad Street, the banks will crumble, government will start running helter-skelter. Because they know that with that level of discontent from the populace, they could pour into the streets. It becomes a national security threat. Is that not a center of power?
So which is the fourth one?
The fourth one. Okay, I've mentioned the north.
No, you mentioned the north already.
I mentioned the government.
The
north.
Uh-huh.
And now Penderson and Le Pen.
Penderson
and Le Pen, because it's also tied to national security threats. If there is scarcity of fuel and all of that, it could snowball. It could spin out of control. And the country could just get into conflagration. And that's why why did the DSS step into the Dangote Penderson issue?
Now, Mr. Okoro, what I expected you to tell me is about lobbyists. When
who are you lobbying?
Hold on. When you have an interest, you mobilize their lobbyists. They will be the one like they do in the US and every other place.
This centers of people I'm talking about, they are lobbying directly or indirectly.
I'm coming.
We are running out of time, but there are other conversations. Well, it's still on strike, so let's just marry it to what we have already. And NAD, that's National Association of Resident Doctors Strike, looms as 30-day ultimatum to federal government enters final week. So
then you now still bring in the position of labor here, NSC
position
here.
of labor.
Bring it in here.
Unions,
their entity.
Unions, NIMET workers vow aviation sector shut down today. Over
as a result of poor wages. You still bring NSC here.
There seems to be
like Mr. Dele was saying just now, NSC has just become just that bogus name without relevance. Because all the stories you read,
they are all affiliates of
they are all affiliates. If NSC was actually working as expected, all these affiliates, NSC would have shielded them.
So now the affiliates are stepping out to
affiliates are not stepping out because
for their own interest.
The head is very weak. So NSC would have shielded them to get what they are looking for. Because there is nobody looking for them.
It's just like
a father in the house.
If a father is no longer there, all the children would have to fend for themselves.
That's what it's
Why is NSC the head of these affiliate unions if they are there and they cannot take charge of what is happening in their various sectors?
Somebody said that aviation industry, they are going on strike too. Is that what I heard now?
Yes.
Then yesterday,
NIMET workers and unions.
Yesterday, somebody told me that Festus Keyamo is working, and I disagreed. I disagree. Was it not Okoro that told me that he was
the fact that I mean he's working now.
Really?
Aviation and aerospace doesn't have anything to do with NIMET.
NIMET is the weather.
Meteorological.
Where do they operate? Is it not at the airport?
Not necessarily airports.
It's not only
nationwide, really.
And they also forecast about all these
flash floods and the rest.
Mostly, no plane can fly out without these people.
Because they just have a department there in the airports.
Yeah, they have a department. So I don't think it falls under the purview of
it's not under aviation.
Sorry?
It's not under aviation.
It's not under. So
it is. What is
they have a department in aviation. They also do.
That is where they are.
They are more of environment than aviation.
No. They are mostly seen at the airport because of their services. No plane can take off or land without them.
No, but it doesn't fall under the purview of.
They do.
The Minister of Aviation.
This weather thing, it doesn't come often, but I said no plane can take off or land without them.
We know.
They act mostly on that industry. This other one you are talking about weather, it doesn't come always.
But are they under the control of aviation minister? That's what we are talking about.
I don't think so.
Who are they under the control? Who?
Environment or something like that.
No. Is the aviation ministry, please?
I don't think they will.
I think it's aviation ministry. Go and check.
Okay.
Check.
All right. Well, we're out of time.